So I recently installed the new latch on this 4Runner that I had to cut out. And when I installed it, I tested it before I closed it and the button worked. But then everything stopped working. So like when I close this, put in the latch, it pulls it shut. But if I push the latch button, it worked the first time and the second and third, and now it won't work. So what I have to do right now is release it. I already took the string off because it's working. Release it there. So then I thought maybe it's the ECU. So what I did was, with some help online, this right here, this ECU-B fuse, I removed it, which it's actually right here. I removed it and it was good. I waited 10 seconds, put it back in. It started working again, but the button stopped working. So I'm going to do a video on how to replace the button. So to get to the button, this is the motor for the window. There's a screw here, a 10 millimeter. There's another one over here, and this one's really hard to see, but there's another one there, which you just take off this rubber grommet right here. So I'm gonna pull that rubber grommet out and then pull off those 4 10 millimeters, which should take off this trim piece. And I'm hoping there's just gonna be 2 wires in here and I can test them, see if the switch is bad or something happened with my ECU. All right, so let me pull off this grommet over here. Let's see here. Reach in here. I don't think this grommet's been out in some time. Probably never, since it was installed. Oh, wow, that was a nice scratch. You hear that sucker? Like that. It's out now. Here it is. Jeez. All right, 10 millimeter. Yeah, this one's definitely the hardest one to get to, so I'm gonna do that one first. All right, 1 down. 3 to go. Do the next hardest one. This one here. Two. Number 3. And number 4. All right. With those 4 out, I should be able to, be able to remove this trim piece. Oh, and it does not want to come off. You can see here's the bolt head right there. There's the next one. I might be missing one. Maybe there's another one up here. Take a look. See another one. That one. That one. That one. That one. let's just get, oh, there is one right here. It looks like that's holding the motor though. I don't think that would be holding that. I'm not sure on this last one if there's another one underneath here somewhere holding that. I'm gonna grab a flashlight. Okay, it looks like the lock, I took this off. I thought that had to come off, but this lock has to come out. So it's just 2 more 10mm screws. I didn't know those 2 were held on there. Okay, so there it is, it's off. There is a connector right here that broke. You couldn't quite see it, it was way up inside there, but this is off. Let me see if I can get to the switch now. Switch is here. So let me see how it's wired in. Looks like it's just 2 wires like I thought. I'm gonna test it with a meter. Okay, I have the meter. This connector kind of comes out, and then you just push this button here. Separate. The connectors in here are way too small. They're inside there, so what I made is a couple little jumpers that will push in there. It's just to test this switch to see if it has continuity. And what I'm going to do is take my meter, have it on continuity test. Right now it should be open, but when I push on the button it should beep. And it is beeping, so the switch is good. So something else is wrong. Somewhere else is wrong. I'm not sure. Let me see on these leads which 2 are for this switch. I'm just going to use continuity test. Okay, on this switch here, it's these 2 left terminals. So now I got to go to the other side of this. This is where the clip is. These are the 2 marks. So I'm going to see on this other side where those 2 go, because if I jump those 2 together on here, let me see. This switch right here, if I jump these 2 together, the door should operate, which goes to this ECU. So let me try that real quick. Okay, so I tested these 2 bottom ones, and I jumped these 2 together, and it still doesn't operate. So I'm guessing that this cheap $58 one at Amazon worked for a few tries and then died. I don't know. But one thing that's good that came out of this was that it forced me to take my lock assembly out, which I'm sure everyone knows if you don't use this lock assembly. So what I did is I sprayed it with PB Blaster. It works way better if you take this lock assembly out. Let me move this over here so you can maybe see it a little better. Yeah. So with the lock assembly out, like when it's in your truck and you just spray it in here, it only gets there. But I sprayed it up inside here and tilted this thing upside down. The goop that you see on here is never sees. I took a bunch of it, put it on the key, and actually this thing was frozen solid, and now it's turning both ways. I put the never seize in there so that it will stay lubricated and hopefully not seize up again. But that's one thing good that came out of this, because I couldn't use this switch here, and this can unlock the back door and roll down the back window. So that's something that good came out of it, but I'm gonna guess that the part is just bad that I installed. So I'm gonna remove it and probably order one from the dealer, pay $250. I have no idea. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot to show you some more things. So this broke, this tab here. I couldn't get it out. But just remember, there's actually, there's a bolt here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. So 3, 6 bolts. And then this is a tab push in, a tab push in. So I'm going to show you the bracket here. So here's that tab push in that goes there. There's one here. There was one here, it broke off. And then you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. And then this piece just goes in, this rubber grommet fits in here. I did wipe this down, this was pretty gnarly. And I'm hoping this is a little tight. Let's see. Without this other push in here. Before I just crush it all in, I got to get this rubber grommet in there. So let me see if I can do that real quick. So this rubber grommet right there, right here. And this is the one for the back door button. Goes in there. You got these to put the screws back on. I got to put the lock assembly. It just slides on there. This just slides on here, and it plugs in right here. So let me put that on there. And these are all 10 millimeter bolts. I'm just gonna put that on right there for a second. Let me verify that the lock is the right way up. Yeah. Just double check that real quick. I didn't even think about that. This could be upside down. It won't go in the other way. Toyota made it idiot proof. So I'm good. I won't be able to mess that up. So I'm gonna put all these screws back together. Okay. I put these screws in just hand tight, and then I just pressed against here and here. This doesn't look too bad. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. But just to push those 2 tabs in. The screw right here is actually really hard to get to. What I did is I took a flashlight and I kind of stuck it inside here so I could see it. And that's the only way I could get to it. So I'm not going to get these real tight. It's just a really delicate piece of plastic. So I'm going to just tighten these other 3. This one here. This one here. Then I got the 2 on the lock mechanism for the key lock. And again, don't crank on these. Just nice and delicate. Play. They're just held on by plastic. Okay, so we got those. And then what I'm going to do is plug the connector back in for the, what is this? This is for the lock. Okay, now lock's back in. So I have the ECU fuse out, so I'm gonna plug that back in and make sure my lock works, see if the window will roll down. All right, I just reinstalled the ECU-B fuse. Sorry about the blurry video here. The ECU-B fuse, which is right here. I just reinstalled it on the fuse box here. It's right there, ECU-B, that one right there. So I reinstalled that, and let's see if the lock works. I believe if you turn it to the right, it will lock the doors, and if you hold it, it'll roll up the window, but the window's already up. So let me try and hold it to the left. Move some stuff here. Okay, it's working. That lock the doors. If I want to unlock them, or unlock, lock. Let me turn off this fan so you can hear it. Quick. There's lock, unlock, or I'm sorry, this is lock. Turn to the right to lock it. Turn to the left to unlock and roll down the window. The key's actually holding, so I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but the switch is working. And this button still does nothing. So the latch is actually in the closed position, so it should try to unlock it. What's strange is, if I pop that, let's see. Let me see if I pop this lock. Grab it. Oh, I can't grab it with that. No, 1 second. I need a mini screwdriver. Where I put that mini screwdriver. Look over here. If I take a mini screwdriver and I pop this, sorry about that one. I have to open one of the doors real quick so it doesn't think I'm breaking in. All right, let's try this again. When I close this, you hear the motor. Works. I push the button. Oh my gosh, now it's working again. Don't know what happened. I don't know if I had to unlock it or lock the doors and open the driver's door. Let me try this again. Locked. Unlocked. Wow, I'm really scared to close this now. I don't know. I gotta try a couple things here. Let me see. Why would this all of a sudden start working? I'm really nervous about closing this. Because it's gonna be fun climbing through here if I have to. Oh well, it's been a fun day. Let me see what happens here. Okay, it just closed. It's not supposed to pop open like that. It's not even closing very tight. Maybe that's how it's supposed to close. Not sure. This is weird. This is sticking out here. That one's sticking out a little bit. I'm gonna try something. Let me lock the doors. off just the driver's door. This doesn't do anything. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You lock this. Doesn't work. Unlock. I'm really nervous to close this thing. Hey, this works at least. Something good came out of this. Windows rolling back up. Okay, it doesn't work right now, so that's a little scary. Alright, maybe it was something with the lock. I'm not sure. Leave some comments if you know what is wrong and what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to just put this all back together and put the cover on. Well, I'm sorry I had to show you all this, but this 4Runner, somebody already went through it, and so the plastic was gone. So I took a contractor trash bag and I put it over all this, and then just used metal tape, because metal tape comes off pretty good. And just put it around here. So then I'm just going to put this back piece on here. And the part that needs the screw, I'm just going to put a little hole there when I put the screw in. But I apologize in advance for having to show you this part, because I did not do all these things. Well, let's see here. It's not quite lining up. It's got to go on a lot farther. Alright, let's see if that lines up. Okay, that one's in. Oh, that didn't sound good. What was that? That was a funky sound. It's like one of the pieces came out. Well, they all look like they're there. Okay, those are all on there. And I'll put this little door here, back where it was. Yeah, I'm upside down. I gotta put a screw here. And I don't remember, was there another screw there? Let me see. Oh, I don't remember this. I need another screw. There was this one with the tether right here. So let me put that on real quick. All right. Let's see if this one goes this way. I think that goes that way. I believe it goes that way. There's that little cover. Yeah, cover. Where does it? No. Must go the other way. I'm going to use a screw gun. Let's go this way. Make sure this works. Oh yeah, goes that way. The tether is going to be up towards the window. Alright, I'll put this little cover on. This part of the cover goes down towards the bottom of the door. And then the door is all reassembled. Sorry you guys had to see that. And let's see here. Close it up. All right, it closed and it opens. Excellent. Hatch is completely replaced.